Hey, greetings. Yeah, Faulkner does fix all. Yeah, we're trying to fix this swamp cooler and the filter medium. This is new, but the stuff in it was just like this expanded cardboard stuff. Anyway, I went and bought some pretty good furnace filters that are like a plastic green biodegradable stuff, kind of made from recycled materials. I don't know how long they're gonna last. I couldn't find anything that looked like the stuff that came out of this, but I doubled it up and I took these little clips off and took the old stuff out, and right now I'm just testing the water to see if this float works, and it looks like it does. That's sweet. Now, when this float doesn't work, it basically ruins the roof. As you can see right here, that's the next job in a couple days. I've got to do some roof patching, but I don't know if it froze and froze the pump, or there was a giant leak somewhere. I mean, I guess there's a hose. When it gets too far, it should go in that, and then there's a hose that should be there. Maybe that's a, oh, it's a, yeah, look at that, it's a garden fitting. I think he should have a hose on here, just in case the float fails. Let's see if that's through. Oh yeah, yeah, there should be a hose on there, I think. Maybe the float failed, or I don't know, because the float seems to work pretty good. But at one point, some water got down here. Either it's leaking from the plastic base. No, that looks okay. Yeah, I don't know where. Well, let's just say it leaked, because these are ruined. You can see all the calcium deposits. I mean, yeah, this is, I'm gonna have to replace quite a few runs here. And my dad just thinks I'm coming up here with some tar. That's his MO. I'll show you what he does. And you know, no bad tidings on his abilities. I mean, he's 90, folks, so you know, this is, I did this a few years ago right here. That was my repair. And yeah, this is a little spongy there. Anyway, I might rip that up this time. Oh, there's some silicone, that's nice. And I'm definitely gonna, this was just done, you know, this is a mobile home, so they use staples. So that'll be pounded down, but I think I'm gonna replace quite a few runs over here. I'm gonna peel it up with a little roofing bar and replace quite a few here, you know, just about 6 or 7 down. It is leaking right here. It's leaking in a window in the house. It's going down and leaking on this window. And yeah, it looks like the float is actually working. I vacuumed this out as good as I could. I mean, I could have put some vinegar in here and let it sit overnight, but I think we're just gonna run it. It was a lot of work to get to this point, and the reason I have this one off still is because I may have to adjust the belt, and I've got to zip tie this wire out of the water. That should be fun. This is live right here. And we got to make sure this float works, and it looks like it's going to. I'm just going to let it sit for a while until it stops, but in the meantime we can zip tie, well, zip tie kind of. So let's put you down. Let's just hold you right here for a minute. It was crazy. I had to unplug everything so I could use the outlet that these things plug into to run the vacuum. It's much easier than dealing with like 10 extension cords. So we're just gonna, that worked really good. Yeah, that worked really good. Well, it's out of the water. That's all I can say. Should I have used a zip tie? Yes. So let's see if this float actually does float things. It's trying. It's really trying. Maybe that's the whole problem. Maybe this never shut off and it leaked here and he didn't have the garden hose there, which is going to be put back on. That's the fail-safe. If the float leaks, then it goes to the garden hose and it goes down to the gutter or something. That's gonna have to be back on here. There's no way I'm not gonna do that. Looks like it's trying to. Let's see if we could adjust this belt a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty loose. It's not really doing much. Seems to be just bending the tab, maybe. Oh, I see. Oh. Oh, it's bolts. I see. There's a bolt. This isn't threaded here. So you got to get a wrench on that. Oh, man, how lame. Man, it probably was threaded because that's a carriage bolt. That's not supposed to be there. So actually, I got to hold this and turn that. Oh, there's one pair of pliers up here, folks. Well, we're trying to... Still doesn't look like it's shutting off. Okay, well, it's got to shut off or I'm like not feeling it. Is that it? It's pretty close. All right, well, I'll let you know, folks. I got to go get another wrench because, well, yeah, there's no way this rusted bolt is going to actually turn on that. So I'm gonna have to get a 1/2-inch wrench and hold this. Oh, back down the ladder I go. Okay, I'll see you in a minute, folks. When we get back, maybe that'll be stopped. Or maybe it'll be leaking down on here again. I did notice one thing. When you're putting these filters on, make sure you put the trough part. See the trough there? That goes up because water gets pumped with this pump up to this little manifold and it sprays through those holes down into the trough, and the trough spills over into those edges, those little cutouts, and drips down the medium, the filter medium. And then when the big giant blower, which is right here, this thing here, when that starts moving, then that's the swamp action. Yeah, we like swamp. We love swamp action. Anyway, that's my dad's only cooling in this thing, so we had to get it running. And man, I hope this works, folks, because it is hot as blazes down in there. It's hot as blazes right now. Okay, I'm gonna go get a wrench and maybe some WD, I'm not quite sure. And then when we get back, that'll be stopped. And then I'll adjust this belt. And we'll put that back on. And then we're gonna fire it up, son. Okay, back down I go. Oh, look at that old Plymouth down there. Man, wish somebody had the time to work on that instead of messing around with stupid antique swamp coolers that are total crap. Okay, bye. I'll see you guys in a minute. Yeah, it looks like it's holding. There was a union there and I took it out. It's just I don't have any way to, I don't have a pipe cutter to clean this off, and this one was kind of bad. And Ace is, 20 miles away, Ace Hardware, so we just patched it. It only has to hold like 40 pounds or whatever well pressure is. Yeah, it's not leaking there. This is a really old piece of hose. When I come up here to do the roof, I'll take a better look at that. But what I did do was I saved a bunch of the decent hose so I can repair it. If it's leaking tomorrow, I'll cut some of this better stuff off. But I'm not going to use unions. I just can't deal. And it looks like the needle and seat there on the float valve. I can deal with that drip. You know, because when this is running, there's going to be more than those couple drips evaporating. It's an evaporative cooler, so we are going to get a garden hose for this. Oh, that is leaking a little bit. I didn't see that. Huh. Yeah, we're going to get a garden hose for that in case this overfills. That's why this roof is bad right here. These had to be replaced. Anyway, let's go and put this, we're going to put this on, and then we're going to go throw the switch and see what happens. Remember, when you put these on, always put the trough up. You see the trough? All right, let's put it in. I'm tired of messing with this thing. Should be good. We haven't tested this yet, but we'll know when it doesn't work, right? Belt's good. Adjuster's oiled. I think we're good to go. This is kind of a two-hander, folks. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Needs to come my way a little. Okay, well, it's about as good as that's going to do. That one's on. In. Oh, man. Bear with me. Look at the view for a minute. Okay. All right, folks. The swamp cooler service. Hopefully it's done. There's the old pillow block. We'll take that down with this. Yeah, Dad thought I was gonna just sweep it out with this brush. Turn on the water. Yeah, we had other plans. Okay, I guess we're gonna go throw the switch. That should be very exciting because this hasn't ran in quite a while, and yeah, that needs some sealing up too. There should be lots of debris shooting across the living room. That should be quite exciting. Okay, that's not leaking. That seems to be okay too. All right, let's get off of this hot roof, folks. Faulkner fixes all, signing off. Wait, you got to see something over here. Look at the quality craftsmanship of this. This is just, you know, I could just jump on this right now, man, no problem. You know, whoa. Yeah, things, I definitely need to come out here more and help out. I have been trying to get out here more. My first thing is you have to be cool inside the house. This should, you know, I remember when this thing was working, and it wasn't like ice cold AC, but you know, you walked in the house on a hot day and this was already on a few minutes, and it made a difference. You know, it's like if it was 100 degrees outside, it would be like, you know, 90 inside. Okay, you guys be good now. Next video will be me working on probably a car instead of this stuff. I'll see you guys later. Faulkner fixes all. Think about subscribing. Thanks for watching. Comments always welcome. And if you know about swamp coolers, yeah, just drop me a line. You can come right over. Have a good day.